All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? If you've been waiting for Izzet artifacts to be a little busted, well, this could be the list for you, because there was one that just went 8-0 through a Magic Online challenge, and it plays some cards that I've never put into a Magic deck before. So we're going to start at the top with Duskrow's Reliquary. It does play a full set of those, which makes sense, because you're going to have a lot of tokens to sacrifice, so one of the best removals you can play. But Lady Octopus, Inspired Inventor. Now, this is a 1-mana 0/2. When you draw your first or second card each turn, you put an Ingenuity counter on this, then you can tap it to cast an artifact equal to or less than the number of counters on this card. So I assume after even one turn, you're going to be able to start casting a bunch of stuff. We do have Enigma Jewels. This gives you extra mana to use with your artifacts. We have Rust Harvester. Only 2 copies main deck, which is interesting, but it can be used as removal, which is nice. Giant's Boulder, though. This is another one that I kind of went, okay, this is a card, sure. It does let you scry 2, which is the big reason it's probably in here. But later on, you can pay 7 and destroy an artifact, or destroy a target permanent, sacrificing this, which is actually pretty cool. But it does let you filter for colors. There's a skateboard, so you can tap something down and give a bonus, a Soul Guide Lantern. You're going to notice there's several 1-mana things, because you can search for those with Tezzeret. Springleaf Drum, just to help with your mana situation. Only one Improvised Arsenal, and this, if this works, this may be a thing that we were getting wrong with some of our lists, that maybe we should not be playing 4 of them. I do think at least 2, but we'll leave it like it is for now, because I'm just playing the list that the other player posted. We do have Ravenous Robots, which every time you play a thing, you get to make another artifact creature. We do have the Ooze to go along with the Soul Guide Lantern to remove stuff from graveyards. Pinnacle Emissary, of course, because you cast artifacts, you make more drones. Tezzeret, like we were saying earlier, mostly here to search for things, but you can put counters on stuff if you just need to get aggressive. There's 3 copies of Quantum Riddler, which I don't think most people were putting in their artifact decks, so this is kind of interesting to see here, but it does let you draw a couple of cards. And of course, Krang Mastermind, because you should be able to play this for 2 or 3 mana a large majority of the time. So we'll see how this goes, but this is a pretty sweet looking list. Another thing that's pretty sweet is you can actually get $5 for free to go shop over at our friends, ManaPool.com. All you got to do is use the link that's in the description or in the pinned comment, and you can go shop for one of 35 million cards over there, or check out the best optimizer in the business to help you find the best cards at the best prices and the fewest packages. But yeah, go check them out. It's ManaPool.com. Okay. We just keep it, right? Just do our thing. There is something interesting, though. I've had people ask, like, when we see a deck go from best of 1 to best of 3, or in this case, best of 3 to best of 1, what merits a good result? And generally, because you're playing a sideboard in best of 3, you get other options, you're swapping in and out, so there's some variety there. But I would say, you know, if a deck in this case did well in one event, sometimes the person could just high rolled, right? So what do we want to do? I guess we want to go ahead and play the Springleaf Drum now, and then just play a Ravenous. Well, actually, if we play the robots, we could play the Springleaf Drum next turn. Yeah, let's just play robots and attack. But if we can go like 6-4, 7-3, that would still be pretty good, since we're playing best of 1, no sideboards, you know. Okay, this is where we try to make lots many things. Let's go ahead and take 2. We're actually going to be able to just cast Quantum Riddler pretty soon. Let's go ahead and pay the warp costs. We will play... Oh, I guess I had to do this first. I wasn't even thinking. Oh, well, that's fine. Kind of end up with the same number of things either way. Then we'll pay tapping this dude they can't block. And I think we're good. No reason to attack into a Surrak. I mean, we can all... I can't quite one-shot the... maybe we could do this in one attack. Because we just play the Improvised Arsenal, put it on one of the flyers, and then just attack with everything. I mean, because that's 13. They block those. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. 2 of those have Summoning Sickness. So it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I should have made another artifact. Oh, I guess I couldn't have. Oh, I could... Tap the... Nah, I'm just trading. It's not much different. All right, everybody in the pool. Whatever. All right, opponents at 1. This is just... If they get us, they get us. I guess we'll move... And then we'll just put the improvised arsenal on a blocker. I don't know if that's really necessary. All right, that's cool. One mana of any color spent only to cast artifact spells. This is not an artifact, so that's going to be a problem. We probably need to mulligan this. And that's not significantly better, but it's something. So yeah, we'll keep it. Let's put back... This is tough because we don't usually need a lot of mana, and scrying's probably going to be pretty good. So let's put back a Castle Doom, maybe. Let's just see what happens. All right, Enigma Jewel, I see you. Yeah, another thing I would say too is remember that any individual tournament is just one result, right? Somebody could high roll for one event, could have got good matchups. Anything could happen, right? Sometimes, and if anybody who's played tournaments knows, there's sometimes you just don't run into any of your bad matchups, and it is what it is. All right, so we might boulder, scry. Yeah, let's go ahead, boulder. Scry. There's a harvester. I don't know how we feel about that. Let's go ahead and get rid of Sarkin. And this just taps for 2 colorless, right? But only for artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll pass because we kind of know one of the cards already. I'd rather get more value out of our boulder. Wow, really? I just had a thought. We may run into opponents that think we're some type of synthesizer deck, but that's not what this is, because you don't normally run into this on the ladder, but you run into synthesizers. So I wonder if that's a possibility. But opponent might also just got stuck on mana or something and decided to scoop. I don't know. Maybe their pizza delivery was there. This is a fun hand. All right. Can we produce enough to outrace this opponent? Let's find out. Let's go ahead and play the Spinner's Drum. Can we find another 1 mana artifact? That's the question. Can we do that here? Okay. We can start by playing a Pinnacle Emissary. And then Harvester. Skateboard. I mean, it doesn't matter what we tap down. All right. That's not a bad start. That's not a bad start. We could live with that. And having blockers for the opponent's creatures in this matchup is a very big deal. And fortunately, drones can block things with flying, so we can at least try to throw ourselves in front of a slick shot, unless they have something that gives it trample or whatnot. But, that's a problem for future us. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh, let's see what we want to do. Let's take 2 damage. Pay the 3. Actually, pay 3 for this one. And then pay 1 for this one. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll tap a Deuter. Alright, an opponent scoops. Yeah, I think once they weren't going to be able to get through the slick shot, they were going to be struggling a bit if they didn't have multiple ways to get rid of blockers or a big trample situation. But otherwise, yeah, we're about to start just going ham with the improvised arsenal. Really surprising there's only one of these in the deck. All right, we drew the Lady Octopus. We'll see if we get to do anything with her. My assumption is no, because we saw a mountain that didn't do anything, but we'll see. I mean, this is definitely a type of card that's a sign of shenanigans, right? So you see it, and you're like, well, I got to do something about that. We can... Huh. What if we... Can we play Springleaf Drum, play Ravenous Robots? Or we can play Robots first, play Springleaf Drum, tap to the drum. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Took me a second to figure out where all these cards were going to go. Can I not pay less than or equal to the number of ingenuity counters on it, right? Did I not understand this correctly? You may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value equal to or less than the number of ingenuity counters without paying its mana cost. Oh, so I have to tap her first? Oh, that's super awkward. I just assumed Arena would just automatically do it. Okay, well, we learned something today, folks. We learned something. Now, let's get white mana. Oh, actually, you know what? I did that wrong. I should have just tapped the 1/1, because I was going to sack it anyway. But it doesn't really matter. It's not like I was going to block with my Ravenous Robots. Yeah, my opponent's probably going, what took you so long? I'm like, man, I don't know. Cards, first time we've ever played with some of these cards. And they don't work the way I thought they were going to work. Ooh, gonna wreck us for playing non-creature spells. That sucks. We could play Soul Guide Lantern, take a damage. Draw 2 cards. There's a Krang. Nothing more we can do with that, though. Yeah, I guess that's just it. Alright. No attacks. Oh, wait. Oh, no. I messed up. We can, again, this doesn't automatically let you know that you can do things. Alright, well, that does matter, actually. So, I miss an opportunity to attack for a bunch. Right? Because I could have just equipped. Whoa. Have to do... Everything's making me do it manually, which feels really off for some reason. But it's all good. Can I not equip with the mana I made? Oh, because I did that at instant speed. I see. Alright, cool. That's fine. Pass. I had already passed at the end of the turn. That's why I couldn't do that. Alright, well now I'm on the Lady Octopus thing. I got it figured out now. I was going to say, after all this, the opponent's like, let's go ahead and just Avengers disassemble you. Alright. I could just tap and play Krang for free, which is kind of amusing. So the question is, do I want Krang more than I want Quantum Riddler? I think we'd want Riddler. Only one card, but it's a 4/6, and I can just play Krang anyway. At least I'm pretty certain I can. Nope, you don't get credit for the cost being lower. Gosh dang it. Can I not? Oh, so it's just tapped. I can't even control Z to get out of it. Okay, well, learned another thing. Yep. All right. Well, that is what it is. Tough life. No attacks. But this is why you get to watch us creators bumble through stuff and make mistakes and play with cards, so y'all don't have to do it. You get to see us do all the things first. All right, opponent's paying 4. Hawkeye. Source would deal damage. It deals that much plus Hawkeye's power. All right, so now we have to be careful playing non-creature spells. All right, but they're also likely not going to play many either. I wouldn't think. So let's go ahead and just play a Krang. And this just gives creature tokens. Yeah, creature tokens get haste. That's what I thought. Alright, well, let's play it for more Vault. Let's go ahead and come over the top with a giant old Quantum Riddler and see how the opponent feels about it. Not really going to attack with anything else here. You feel free to block with your Hawkeye, friend. Alright. Oh, I'm not going to have 3 mana. I'm only going to have 2 extra. A second. Oh, the other Hawkeye. Got it. Well, you're at 4, opponent. So now you can't really do anything either. Because this is just whenever a player. Alright. Let's draw a card. I can play so many things for free. So now the plan is going to be cast an Emissary. Actually, you know what? Let's just play the Emissary for free. We're not blocking with this anyway. Then we'll play the drum, get some bodies. Yeah, I'll take some damage. It's worth it. Then I'm going to move this over to another flyer. And then I'm going to give all my tokens haste. Activate the ability. And you can decide how you wish to deal with this, opponent. I mean, it should be way more than enough as far as I can tell. This is wild too, because the opponent kind of had the anti-deck to the deck we were playing. And I can see why you would want to play this deck, because it's probably a nuisance for the decks that are like the 4-color control or whatever. There's like, or even the Izzet decks that are playing a bunch of the 1 and 2 mana cantrips, just want to draw cards. With these things just constantly dealing damage to them and any extra from Hawkeye. So like, yeah, we got a little lucky we drew more creatures than non-creatures in this game. Okay, no creatures, but we do have the boulders. So let's go ahead and do that first. Let's see how we feel about it. Ooh, a Krang. Yeah, let's leave all that, actually. Mostly because we'll probably need the mana somewhere along the line. This just lets us filter a color. Sure. No need to really run the arsenal out there just to have it get destroyed by an Abrade or some such. If that's what the opponent's even doing. We don't really know. But now we want to, just so we can start trying to set up a Krang. This probably gets countered. Yep. Okay, so now we know they're playing Lessons. We found some information. Okay. Why do I feel like they probably have a counter? But we're going to go for it. Actually, Because if they have another Quencher, what would we rather have? I guess we really want to just resolve this. That's fine. Sacrifice the Springleaf Drum. They'll probably just bounce their own guy, but if they do, that works for us as well. Nope, they're just going to accumulate. Okay, sure. And these decks are just trying to mill you out, so they want to get to the artifact that mills your yard. So we're probably going to be removing some of our own item. Well, we need to start removing theirs first, just because they have Lessons. But generally, removing some of our own isn't a bad plan. Magmatic Hellkite. Small bit of a problem, but not atrocious. Interesting. Didn't remove the one we had available. All right. Not sure it matters much. Question is, are you really trying to mill us? I don't know that you are. That's the typical plan we see, but I don't know if that's the plan we're staring down right now. But now we have Soul Guidelines, so we can just remove our whole graveyard, which is nice. Oh, only sacrifice each opponent's graveyard. Wrong thing. All right. Wonder why my sound's all muted all of a sudden on sound effects. It's very interesting. I don't know what that's about. They're going to mill half our library because that's what those decks do. Of course. We saw it coming. Not surprised. All right. Well, I guess we'll go to our graveyard and just remove some things. Not that it matters too much here. Yeah, unfortunately, this is only each opponent's graveyard, so I don't think we have an out. What is the best thing we could do? Man, I guess if we'd have found... I mean, this is part of the problem, right? We only have one arsenal. It's already in our graveyard. Thinking. I don't think it matters. I think we're just dead no matter what we do, unfortunately. I mean, assuming they have 6 mana, I guess, because it's 2 to play it and 4 to activate. So, I mean... Okay. Well, now we'll just keep trying things. There's nothing else we can do right now, so it's... If they have answers, they have answers. I mean, this is one of those things, too, where we're going through the motions, but, like, if the opponent already has what they need, like, we're just kind of wasting our time. I really don't want either one of those. They're trying to mill us, actually. We only have 18 cards left. I mean, they might just let us be goofing around here with, like, false hope, really. They're probably go like, look, land, artifact, mill you out. And I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, that happened. Also, would you guys like a video? I was thinking about doing a video on, like, the cards we actually hate in Standard. I don't know if anybody'd be into that, though. All right. Are we dead? Are we dead? No, they only have Avengers as a symbol. Okay. Sure. I mean, I guess I should have made my Krang bigger. Another one? Oh, combust. All right, sure. That's cool. I mean, we're still playing Magic for a turn or two, I guess. So I'm not going to be mad at that. Take our turn. Riddler. Okay, well, we kind of just got to go for it, right? Riddler, then what? Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any way we could get a hasty thing that matters here? But not really. Let's just Riddler. I mean, that could let us draw a card if we thought it was necessary, but let's just go ahead and pass. I mean, if they get what they need, we just lose anyway. So it's just top decking war at the moment. You got it. We will get a colorless from it. I have nothing else to go get. We will draw a card. Because now we're just in desperation mode. Those were not helpful. Okay, maybe y'all are something. I think we just go ahead and play them. Just say, hey, if you have things, man. Let's Put a counter on you. Go to attack. I mean, you either bounce it or block it. It's lethal, so sure. Go ahead and tap some things. All right, this sort of feels like, do they have the answer? Crazy top deck if they got it. They don't. Wow, we survived that. Tell you what, man, I am not a fan of Kitsune's technique. just not. But we got lucky. That's what happened there. Because, man, we didn't have much left in our library. Like, we lost a lot of cards. I mean, we had a Harvester. I guess there was a couple other Ravenous robots that we could have made some hasty things with, maybe, after drawing cards or something. But there weren't a lot of options left. It was pretty slim. Yes, we are keeping. Get down a Springleaf Drum. Oh, man, we're not getting to keep our Ravenous robots, are we? All right, we still got to try, though. We're just going to feel bad about it. Oh, they didn't have a way to get rid of it? No, they're just toying with this. Yeah, it's dead. That's what I thought. I was going to be really surprised if that wasn't the case. All right. Warg, sure. That's not very helpful. I guess we'll just tap a Warg. Play a Riddler. Got 2 cards. That at least lets us play the Enigma Jewel. And I might as well attack for 1, because I'm not going to block and just get trampled over. It doesn't do much. Alright. Crazy thing about the Bejeweled Warg, though, is it doesn't even make, like, taps treasure. It just makes a treasure. So opponents going hard on the treasure, I see. So you know what that means? There's probably a Smaug in our future. I love how many people's, like, genuinely in the preseason were like, Smaug's not even going to be a good card. I'm like, are y'all crazy? Alright, we only get to draw 1 doing this, but that's fine, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just, I mean, I guess we could draw a card and equip. It's probably okay to do. Alright. Probably not the worst thing. And we'll just draw, because graveyards are probably not going to matter anyway. Alright. No attacks. So at least if Smaug shows up, we take damage from the treasure, but we could block him effectively. Oh, O'Hare Ashenel. Now that's going to make Smaug pretty annoying. Okay. Did not see the Ashenel incoming. I'm just going to take 2 for the moment. I don't know what they need all that treasure for. Okay, that helps a lot. So let's... Only to activate artifacts. I kind of sort of want to just play the... Let's go ahead and just sack this 1/1. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to sack the Jewel. Get rid of Ashenel just to take that concern off our hands, because I don't know what they're doing. Play the Springleaf Drum. Tap the 1/1. Play Krang. Get a couple of cards. I guess we'll play... I guess we just stay to block, actually. We don't need to play anything here. There's another Ashenel. Well, fortunately, we have another artifact ourselves. Why are you running this in with one card left? I mean, I'm your Huckleberry. I'm blocking. I don't know. Like, there's some reason they want the treasures. If you got me, you got me. I don't know. Let's go ahead and warp. Play a Harvester. Use Reliquary. Get rid of that new little 1/1. Get rid of the other Ashenel. Go ahead and use this time to play that. Get Lady Octopus down. Go attacking. Yeah, just the 5 in the air is fine. We'll use the Warped Creature and the thing that can't block anything. And we'll end the turn. I mean, they have so much mana. All right, cool. It didn't matter. Woo! Though in hindsight, if I was going to attack with something, I probably should have attacked with Krang. See if they want a double block or not to get rid of them. That would have been fine because it clears their board. And then just leave Quantum Riddler back so Smaug doesn't really do anything effectively. And then we could start doing stuff on the subsequent turns. But yeah, that worked out fine. I don't know what they were setting up for because they still had a card behind with a couple of the O'Hare Ashnels, but I'm glad we got the Dusk Rose Reliquaries when we did. Yeah, we're keeping this. I also realized in the beginning of the video, I said, Izzet, but technically it's just guy because we are playing the Dusk Rose Reliquaries. So before somebody jumps in and is like, but this isn't really a Izzet deck. Yeah, because there's always that person. But you would be technically correct, and people say being technically correct is the best kind of correct. Bandit's Talent. Yeah, I guess Reliquary gets to go. Alright. Sadly, I don't think we're going to get to hold this Quantum Riddler unless they just play, like, the artifact here. Or the room, I guess. Oh, it's a slasher. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Alright. I guess I'm just going to warp. So we can get a body to block with. And then go ahead and warp again. Get a card. Enigma Jewel. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that. But I guess right now, worst case scenario, we could play Pinnacle Emissary, then Enigma Jewel, then maybe Quantum Riddler the next turn. And that has some value. Tiny Bones. All right. And a removal spell. Oh, it's a Bandit's Talent. Well, I guess I won't get to play an Enigma Jewel. That's sad. Guess I need to find something else for 1 mana. Yeah, opponent's just on some type of discard pile, it looks like. So I think... Yeah, let's just go ahead and play the Emissary. Alright, no attacks. I mean, you can play an Enigma Jewel. I don't know if it does anything for you, but you can play it. Meritus, so they can go dig for removal, probably. Man, now I'm like, maybe I should have discarded the Quantum Riddler and held on the Dusk Rose Reliquary. Could have done a lot more stuff with that. Gonna duress us on the way out? Nope, just gonna level up. Okay, now this is where it gets interesting, because we did find an artifact, but we don't know what the opponent's going to want to tutor for next turn. I think it's going to be better for us to just go wide. And just risk taking damage from... Actually, maybe it's not worth taking the damage. Yeah, let's just pass. I don't think, because we could end up taking damage from 2 of those things, I'd rather wait one more turn before we do something. And holding on to cards, opponent might go tutor for another. I guess I should have considered that, because they can probably go tutor for another Bandit's Talent. And then we won't be able to play the Quantum Riddler without top decking a card. Or land, because we're going to have to discard both lands. So that's unfortunate. But a good top deck could still be Tezzeret, right? But yeah, would not be surprised. Oh, it's an Iron Man armor. All right, I mean, that's a thing. And this needs 2 creatures to go to the graveyard. Veneer and stuff if 2 or more creatures died. Okay. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was not expecting to see an Iron Man armor out of this pile. Can only block creatures with flying. This technically has flying now, so let's just block. Okay. Take our turn. Springleaf Drum works here, actually. So let's go drum. Make a pile of duders, one of which is a flyer. We'll tap probably one of the things we're not going to block with. Actually, I say that. There's a chance we would. All right, get 2 cards. Oh, all right. Okay. Now we got a little something happening. Whoa, 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 whoa. Y'all get back here. We're not that ready yet. I mean, we do have to move fairly quickly, though. This game could get away from us pretty easily. Yeah, that's fine. We weren't going to do much with that Riddler anyway. We're going to attack, we block. It feels like part of the opponent's plan really was leaning on the Iron Man armor, so I think us being able to make multiple flyers is going to slow down their plan quite a bit. All right. Do we have artifacts in the grave? We have 1. All right. Fortunately, those won't do much thanks to Riddlers, so we don't have to worry about that. At least not at the moment. You have an Enigma Jewel, which that tells us they have nothing else good to do with what's in their hand. Don't know what that other thing is, but let's Emissary. Make a pile of things. We will Emissary. Make more pile of things. How many things do we have? Because I'm like, if we give these haste, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Assume you block those 2, 12, 13. Not enough. All right. Then that is not what we're going to do. I will tap one of the knuckleheads that will not be attacking or blocking. Now, if we can just rip like 2 colorless artifacts or something. Oh, well, you almost fit the bill. I mean, as good as anything, really. Sack you, I suppose. Get more things. Get rid of the Emeritus of Woe. And then we should be able to try to go off next turn. Actually, no, I wouldn't have the mana to... I have to play... Hold on. That's 9, because now they don't have 1 blocker. So, is that lethal now? You block 1, 2. Then you take 2, 6, 11, 17. I don't think that works. Just double checking my math real quick, y'all. But yeah, you block that. You block one of these. That's 1, 5, 10, 16. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll just pass. If it just said all your creatures gain haste, then yes, we absolutely could have. But that is not the situation. Now, with our luck, they'll play the stupid thing where we have to sacrifice like half our creatures or whatever. But if they do, they do. Like, what are we going to do about it? This is the turn, though. They've got to do something or it's ball game. And fortunately, if they do sweep the board, we can at least recover with Pinnacle Emissary into Boulder. Actually, we could Emissary Boulder if we really wanted to. That's feeling pretty good. Yeah, Meritus of Woe, that's not going to do it. Because now they just search. Yeah, we're good. Because now we can just play any of the artifacts, get a bunch of things, give everybody haste, and that should do it. Because we were only a couple of points short. Yeah, opponent, I think that's it. Yep. Uthros doesn't really do anything here. All right. Let's just make sure there is a red mana available. Okay. And then if I go 1, 2... Oh, no. Yeah, 1 mana could have spent on artifact spells. So if I do this, that still leaves a red up. Because all we need is 1 red, right? Yeah. Tap somebody. Doesn't really matter. The game's ending here anyway. This is just a formality at this point. I also could have just played Boulder and just got a couple that way. But yeah, give everybody haste. All right, because I mean, that's 10, that's 19, 20, 21 just in tokens. So yeah. That should do it. That is a giant pile of tokens, man. I feel like we took the long way to get there. It took us a while to find some things, but survived the discard stuff. Didn't really have anything go too sideways, all things considered. Yep. I mean, that's 21 in tokens, opponent. We should be good to go. They look like they're doing some blocking math for some reason. But hey, nothing wrong with double checking, just in case. All right, cool. Do all the damages. All right, cool. So a couple of interesting bits here. They played 3 Uthros, which I don't feel like I really had that many situations where using Uthros was going to be that big of a deal. Maybe on the turns where you kind of have like a Quantum Riddler and you want to do other things, maybe it's probably good for those, but I don't think it would be bad if you cut this down to 1 or 2, even if you just want to save wild cards or money if you want to buy those. Which, by the way, any of the decks I ever post, if you want to buy them, there's a link in the description that also goes over to ManaPool, and you can just buy the deck outright over there. But it's manapool.com/PowrDragn. We obviously didn't get to see Tezzeret, but I think Tezzeret's fine. We're not taking Tezzeret out of the deck. It makes sense in here. Even the Enigma Jewel, while we didn't do much with it, actually wasn't bad. And there was a turn where I probably could have flipped it to the backside even and taken advantage of it, but it really didn't matter. I think the extra 2 mana is just fine for this type of deck. The boulders were interesting because they do enable a 1 mana thing to get extra tokens, whether you're talking about having the Ravenous Robots or the Emissary, but also the Scrying was actually very important on a couple of turns. So I don't want to undersell it. And if you're playing the Enigma Jewel, then it makes the boulders okay because you can use it to just destroy a permanent for 7, right? That's an option that's available to you. So yeah, I don't know. This is a very cool version, honestly. I think for my money, I would probably cut 1 boulder and play 1 more improvised arsenal. Because the fact that we can make all these flyers and do all this stuff, and then give you that extra good start that you can just come over the top and win would be very nice, but having just one arsenal makes it very tough because it's not like we have a way to recover it from the graveyard or anything. Lady Octopus was cool for 1 mana. I think it's cool if you have an opening or even by turn 3. I think after that, it's a little bit of a junky liability because it's just an 0/2, but it's not bad, especially since you can draw cards with Riddler and with Krang and whatever, so you can just get some free stuff off of it. But yeah, overall, pretty sweet deck. I think that's the only change I would make for best of 1, though, is I would cut 1 Boulder for 1 Arsenal. And other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. This was cool. I could see how it could win a thing, and we only had 1 loss playing this deck. So overall, this was very cool. Strong record from this deck. Makes sense that it was able to walk through one of the challenge events. But yeah, this, not like you would typically see, but this is somebody thinking out of a box for a deck that was kind of right there on the fringes and just need a couple of tweaks. So cool stuff. I'm going to leave this link up over on Moxfield, though, so you can download it there or check out all of our other sweet decks we play throughout the season. But yeah, also don't forget, get your free $5, go over to ManaPool.com, links in the description or in the pinned comment. Great site to buy your cards. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.